Good morning, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker's Spot. We are doing another review, and today we have a very special stick. I'm very excited and wasn't smoking this one for a very long time. It is, ta-da, the old Camacho. And in this case, it's the old Camacho Corojo. Full name, Camacho Corojo Natural Toro. Wow. This little thing here, that was one of my favorites back in the 90s. It was produced, I think, starting 1995, and it was produced until Davidoff bought Camacho. More in a second. Stay tuned. So it's not really a big secret that I'm a big Camacho fan. Smoking Camacho cigars, I don't know. I started roughly 30 years ago, and well, Camacho was my first cigar, but I think shortly after I started smoking, I figured out that Camacho is doing pretty much the cigars that I like. And I was smoking the whole range, like back then we had the Corojo, Criollo, and my favorite was the H2. Unfortunately, as well as all the other older series, they stopped producing it. However, my favorite dealer here, Davidoff flagship store, arranged some secret handover of this old treasure here. So I'm very excited to share it with you. Let's start with the smell. Very intense, because it was also aged at least 10 to 15 years. We have now 2020. Davidoff bought Camacho in 2008, so even if this was one of the last ones, it's at least this stick here is at least 12 years old. The chances are higher that it's much older. Back to the smell. It smells like earth and has some earth, a woody aroma, and dry hay. Very strong smell. Lovely. Let's cut it and see how the cold war is, right? Not very good. Here we have the focus. Looking good. All the aromas we had in the smell is also in the cold draw. Very strong general tobacco flavors. Okay, let's get this thing started. Toasting it. As usual, you guys know I'm toasting my cigars not till death, just the rim, so that the edges have a small ash ring that guarantees, hopefully, a good burn. Great. Wow. Holy shit. Is that a good cigar? starting mild with a mild pepper note, very in the background. So it's not pulling you down, you know. It's not like these pepper bombs. Mild pepper. Earth, wood. That's the most intense aromas. Destroy. Hey, I had in the smell. It's not there anymore. It was just in the smell, but the sweetness is starting to develop. Lovely. We were reviewing, I guess, a few Camachos. Lately we just had the Camacho Nicaragua, which is a good cigar. Not comparable to this one. The new Camacho Corojo is the one with the big red band. It's one of my daily smokes. So, like the new Camacho Corojo with the big red band is like the little brother of this one, because that's the original. Okay, Camacho Corojo, some numbers and facts, right? At least we need to talk about some facts and not just emotions that are coming along with smoking this cigar. It's a Toro. We have a 50 ring gauge and it's 6 inches long, pretty much standard. Let me tell you a little bit about Camacho because they have a very long history. And I think since I'm now smoking this old one here, maybe it's time to talk a little bit about history. Alright? Simon Camacho was exiled from Cuba in 1961. Shortly after that, he opened his first tobacco manufacturing plant or factory in Miami. And there he started working on Camacho cigars. One of his famous customers was Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill smoked Camacho cigars. Mark my words. He knows what was good. So they were doing a lot of stuff. One of the most important things they were doing, Camacho in general, was that they were reinventing the original Corojo tobacco, because that was something that was lost after the problems in Cuba. So he figured out how to do it, and he was actually growing Corojo tobacco, the original Corojo tobacco, not in Cuba, then in Honduras, Jamastron Valley. So in 1990, unfortunately, Simon Camacho passed away, and took a couple of years, 5 years later, Camacho was bought. And I don't know if I pronounced it now correctly. It was bought by the Eiora family. Eiora. Probably you pronounce it differently. However, you know what I'm talking about, right? So they purchased it in 1995 and started doing cigars again. Since then they were doing a lot of great cigars. Big player in Honduras when it comes to tobacco. And finally, Camacho was on sale again. In 2008, just let me check my notes, guys, because there are so many numbers. In 2008, Davidoff bought Camacho. And they were doing a completely rebranding of the brand. So as you can see, look at these bands. They're very simple, clean. It's not saying very much. You have here. You have a big C. You have Camacho, tobacco, and Jamastran Valley, what I was talking about. So not very much. The new bands, however, you know how they look. If not, we display a little picture here. There you can see that they're bigger, bolder, more colors. So they're doing pretty good marketing. So they were doing a completely rebrand. Stopped production of old cigars like this one and started new cigars. They were taking over a couple of names like the Corojo. We also now have the Criollo. Others like the H2 that were just dropped and they were not producing anymore. So, and since 2008, Davidoff was running it and doing their own thing. Hasn't very much to do with the old Camachos. Maybe it's hard to say, Smoking an old Camacho, smoking the new Camacho. Not sure about how much of the old Camachos are left in the new ones. Tobacco-wise, it's a name. I still like them. So that was my short history tour about Camacho and what they were doing. The burn, the ash is good. Look, it's white. The burn is, not so good. It's not getting out of hands now, but I will see where we are going. So I would say we take a little break. I keep on smoking. I really want to enjoy my Camacho and I'm talking all the time because it's the only one I have. That's the only old one I have. I just got it yesterday after smoking today, and I thought it's a good idea to share this experience with you. We're entering the second and the final half of my old Camacho Corojo. Taste-wise, it developed great. The sweetness got a little bit more intense. Very strong earth and wood flavors. Pretty good combination with the sweetness. Not sure where the sweetness is coming from. You know, some people can taste it, like if it's coming from fruits or from like roasted coffee beans. Sometimes I can do that when it's very strong. In this case, I just taste the sweetness. That's it. It's sweet. I mean, not sweet like a Coke. It's more very mild sweetness. And additionally, after I think so, maybe in the end of the first third or so, there was spice coming to it. Great. Not so good, frankly. It's hard to say because I love this cigar. The burn was not so good. I had to correct it one time, and now see the ash is a little bit, well, not flaky, but not so perfect. Not nice, but it's not affecting the taste at all. And well, it's just a cosmetic visual thing, you know, in this case. I will enjoy it nevertheless. If you're really into Corojo and the Camacho family and their cigars, there are a few others that might be of interest. After the Eiora family sold Camacho to Davidoff, they were, well, not stopped doing cigars, but the rumors said that they were like prohibited of doing cigars based on the contract they did with Davidoff. So they had to take a break for a couple of years. But they were coming back in 2012 with the CLE cigars, and that's the initials of the guy who is running the Eiora family business. Christian. Well, in German it would be Christian. In English it would be Christian. In Spanish, Christian. No, that's, well, fuck, I don't know. Christian Eiora. His first life sign was then the CLE cigars, and now they were doing a couple of other brands too. They're doing the CLE. There they have the CLE Corojo. What a wonder. Very good cigar. And they also have another brand that's just their family name, Eiora. Also very good cigars. I just in the process, while I'm smoking here, of buying 1 or 2 boxes because I want to show that cigar too here. So, you know, sometimes it's just nice. There's like a red thread that is going through cigar business. Here and there are links that are connected, and more or less you always hear the same names, brands and stuff. They're doing cooperations or whatever, you know. It's just I mean, it's of course it's a global business, but somehow it's like a family thing, you know. You know people very well that are doing cigars. You know the guys that are working behind it. So I won't say it's 100% transparent, but I mean, you know people. You know master blenders, you know who's running the company and all that stuff, so I like it. My friends, pairing it now with a good coffee. Some people mocked me, saying that I'm always saying I'm drinking coffee, but in reality I have a latte macchiato or cappuccino. That's no coffee. I don't give a fuck. Really, I drink whatever I want. If you think it's not a coffee, I don't fucking care. For me, it's coffee. I mean, I'm also drinking espresso, but dudes. funny. Let me know if you ever had an old Camacho, no matter if the Corojo, the Criollo or the H2, and if you still can remember what you think about it. Tell me what you think about the old and the new Camachos in comparison. Other than that, guys, it was a real pleasure to smoke this one. I will probably smoke it like 15 or 20 minutes later, more. Phew. I hope you will have a good cigar today. Maybe like this one here. Maybe good coffee, a whiskey, whatever. If you like what we're doing here, like the video. If you want to subscribe. Our little community here is growing. I mean, on Instagram we already have a couple of thousand followers, but we're growing here too, and I like that. Have a wonderful day. I see you soon with the next cigar, with the next pairing, or with the next cigar talk. Stay tuned.